going on, Jerome's? So before we dive on in to, so the more I get into Danielle as a free agent, the more depressed I get because I think he's going to leave. But before we get into it, so last night I did up a video, announced that having a little bit of health issues, and the response from the community was fantastic, and yeah, I thank you very much for that. And we're going to be on the grind as long as we can. You guys are the best. Thank you very much for the kind words and well wishes and the prayers and good vibes, and also a couple of the Venmos. I'm way too generous, and definitely going to pay that forward. You guys are fantastic. I just love the Jeromes. I love this community, and yeah, we'll saunter on. We'll be fine. But something that may not be fine is the Vikings freaking pass rush, man. So Danielle, the real deal Hunter, revised his contract. He's a free agent this offseason. The Vikings cannot franchise tag him. So he may be hitting the open market for the first time in his NFL career as a true free agent. And I think he's going to leave. I really think so. Where so many things are adding up. Or I don't think that Danielle would be open for a hometown discount, nor should he, because this is his first legitimate payday, even though, yes, his 5-year, $72 million deal with the Vikings back in 2018, I mean, that was below market to begin with. But yes, he did sign the deal. But Danielle, so he's proven that he can stay healthy, a couple years removed from the herniated disc in his neck as well as the torn pec, and he's proven that he can play in a 4-3 or a 3-4. He's scheme agnostic. He plays against the run. He's a good team leader. He set a career high in sacks, and he's still proving that he's one of the best edge rushers in the game. And also, he's 29, going to be 30 in October. Still has several years of his prime left, so he's going to get paid. And Spot Rack estimates his market value $20 million a year. I think that's low. Because in the pantheon of the current edge rusher market, that would put him about 10th. I think that there's a good chance that he gets into the top 7-ish. Like I think that he will get Montez Sweat, Rashawn Gary type money as a true open free agent. So we did up a list ranking his top 18 free agent spots, and we could have gone more. Like we could have listed more teams. Frankly, we could have listed the entire freaking league, because premium player, premium position in his prime, and you can always find money, and it's just rough. So we're actually going to do 11 through 18 just in one big swoop. So the Falcons, the Panthers. So what we did in this list, we listed the team, their cap situation, where their first pick in the draft is, even though it's not a tier 1 edge rusher class, as well as who the current talisman on the edge is. So Atlanta with Bud Dupree, I mean, that would be pretty damn good. But if they do sign Kirko, that's going to leave less money-o for Danilo. The Panthers, so Brian Burns is probably going to be franchise tagged, or he could leave in free agency as well. But Carolina needs a lot of help all over the place. But I think that Danielle wants to go somewhere where he can get paid, as well as has a chance to win a Super Bowl ring. The Eagles. So Hassan Reddick is there chilling. They do have some money. I mean, maybe Smith will get up this year. Who knows? Tennessee Titans. I mean, Harold Landry and Danielle would be pretty damn good. Arizona. So Monty Ossenfort rebuilding things in Arizona. I think that Danielle would be pretty damn good in what the Falcons want to do with Jonathan Gannon's scheme. Something called Gardek, what was their leading sacker this year, was 6. BJ Ujulari also is in the mix too. And then you got New England. I mean, Danielle and Matt Judon will be pretty damn fantastic. Basically a 1-for-1 swap with Josh Uche, who's going to be a free agent. Maybe he comes to the Vikings. The Rams. I feel like the Rams are going to have one more Super Bowl push left in them, with the likes of Cooper Kupp as well as Aaron Donald. Byron Young, the rookie last year, I think that he would be a nice pairing with Danielle. Quiddy Pay, FU Pay Me, the pride of Michigan, in Indianapolis. Indy's got some money to throw around. Also, I feel like the future with Anthony Richardson is going to be pretty bright there. So that's 11 through 18. Number 10 is the Vikings. So the Vikings, they could have more cap depending on what happens with Kirk, as well as if they extend JJ, that's going to free up a lot of cash. But Danielle, I want Danielle back, but I fully understand that he's going to get paid. Like Danielle's going to get Lulu money. There's going to be a dozen teams in on him, and a dozen teams that could pay him more than what the Vikings potentially could pay. All right, so and what's unfortunate is that the Vikings, they can't tag and trade him. So basically, we're just waiting for a 2025 third-round comp pick, which is fantastic. But number 9, so Tampa Bay. So Mike Evans, pending on leaving Tampa Bay. Maybe they run it back with Baker. Who knows? But I could see Todd Bowles and company just completely retooling that defense and, teaming Danielle up with Shaq Barrett as well as Yaya Diaby, who was great as a rookie. They have the cap space, and just building a bully up front and just getting after it would be fantastic. Number 8. So you got the Giants, and Andre Patterson is still D-line coach in New York for now. I would love to see that sort of reunion. Danielle's talked very highly about Dre in the past. The Giants do have a little bit of cap space, and also Danielle with Cavion Thibodeau would be pretty damn good. It would be pretty damn sexy, man. Next up, number 7. Washington. So Washington punted on Montez Sweat and Chase Young, so they're a complete blank slate. Blank space, baby. So Danielle, well, it's not really like the Daniel Snyder years where they just throw stupid money at free agents every single March, but I mean, you do need that guy on the edge. And Danielle definitely could be a little bit box office in DC. Number 6, Chicago, where I would hate this. And Chicago would know. Like, it's the same reason why we would want to steal Jalen Johnson from the Bears. Like, hey, stealing, not only do you get a premium player at a premium position, but also you steal him from a divisional rival, which is almost counts as twice. But they traded for Montez Sweat. They paid Montez Sweat. And could they also pay Danielle Hunter since they're going to have their starting quarterback on his rookie deal, whether it's Fields or Caleb Williams or whoever? That's one of the nice bonuses of having your starter on his rookie deal. You got money to throw around elsewhere. And Eberflus running his stupid 4-3, Sweat on one side, Danielle on the left side, strong side. I mean, that'd be pretty damn good. I hate it. I would hate it. 5, the Bengals. So Skull SU in full effect. Does Jumpin' Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase recruit a fellow LSU guy to Cincy, to the Queen City? They got the space, as well as Hendrickson and Danielle together would be really damn good. Sprinkle in a little bit of Sam Hubbard. Go ahead. Number 4, the Raiders. Now this one is super spicy. So Max Crosby and Danielle Hunter. I mean, that's just like the Predator handshake with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers, R.I.P. I mean, I would hate this one so much, but actually, I would love this one because, hey, Raiders, if you're Antonio Pierce, maybe you try to find your quarterback of the future to win in a shootout, sure, but just having dogs, just having dudes like Crosby and Danielle that can consistently hunt down Mahomes, consistently hunt down Justin Herbert, I mean, that would be the great equalizer, man. Number 3, got the Texans. So Danielle is from the Houston area. I believe he's from Katy, Texas. So the Texans do have that cap space. DeMeco Ryans, obviously a beautiful defensive mind. They have Will Anderson on one side and Danielle going home. No state income tax. The Texans got that case to throw around. Also, C.J. Stroud is on his rookie deal. So woo. Actually, I feel like that one makes the most sense. Maybe that should be 1. Actually, screw it. We are going to make that one 1. Next up, number 3. So you got the Chiefs. So again, if Danielle wants to chase a ring, more power to him. But he and the Greek freak jumping George Karlaftis could be all up in there. Plus, I mean, they could have some money to throw around because Chris Jones may leave in free agency. So you can go that route. And lastly, number 2. I would hate this one. I think people know who number 2 is. So the Lions, being such a young team, and Brad Holmes has done a great job assembling them, they have some cap space to throw around. Now, yes, guys like Amon-Ra and Penei Sewell are eligible for extensions. That's going to eat up some of it. But the Lions, it's the same concept as the Bears, stealing from a divisional rival, their best defensive player, and pairing him up with Aiden Hutchinson. Dude, no. For the love of everything that's holy. And again, if Danielle signs with the Lions, I'm not going to blame Danielle because that's the economics of the game, and that's the market is the market, and it is what it is. But just the specter of having to face Danielle twice a year with Hutchinson, with Aleem McNeil on the inside too, I would hate it. I hate everything. So, like I said at the beginning of this video, me making up this list makes me feel very doubtful that Danielle Hunter will return, because there's so many teams that should be in on Danielle, and I think that there's going to be a bidding war. I think that he's going to get premium money, and I do not blame him. But dude, just please don't go to Detroit. This ain't Detroit, man. This is the Super Bowl. Don't go to Detroit. Don't go to Chicago. Go to Houston. Just go back home. Go to another conference. Plus, I will become a quasi-Texans fan because I love C.J. Stroud and I love what D'Amico's bringing. But just do not go to Detroit, please. That's all, man. Like, hey, Danielle, look at me. Look at me. Please don't go to Detroit. That's all. That's all, man. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. Danielle Hunter, free agent destinations. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.